Here we go.
Good afternoon, YouTube. Mallory George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body. Talking to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, today is Juneteenth. It is a holiday we celebrate in the Black community. It's a holiday to remember that we were freed. This is, as you know, was based after the end of World War II when blacks in Texas were told they had freedom. It was on June the 19th of 1866 or 65, I'm trying to remember it correctly. And, just something to recognize. The fact is, slavery was an awful thing happened back then, and people want us to forget about it, but you always want to remember other stuff in history, but you want to forget about this thing in history. But us Black people, we're always going to remember it. It's something that we've been through, and even though it has been over hundreds of years since slavery, it's still something that affects us. So I would say I hope you're enjoying y'all Juneteenth, celebrating, recognizing the contributions of our people to this country. So anyway, folks, I got another show this weekend. It's right here in the South. It's in Alabama, and it is the Bodybe1 Classic. It is a show that's been around for some time. It's also a national show, and also shows that it's qualification for both Masters and Open Olympia, meaning that whoever wins gets a shot to go to this year's Olympia and also gets a shot to go to next year's Masters O. And the list came out, and this show does not have physique or women's bodybuilding, but it does have fitness and figure. I do talk about those divisions because you know what? Those are divisions that really represent what is of a certain level. Fitness is one of the second oldest divisions for women in the sport of bodybuilding, and figure spent off of that because, they didn't want to do all jump around chicken sweat that fitness does. So, folks, the list came out, and we have quite a few ladies here. Some ladies are notables. A couple ladies just competed no more than about last weekend at the Toronto Super Show. First up we have here is Ellie Ems. I don't know much about the young Miss Ems. She looks like she's a young up and comer. I think she's been competing for quite some time. I believe she also is a natural bodybuilder because I recognize that logo from the Ben Weeder Natural Show. Next up we have is Abby Bolton. Abby Bolton has been to Olympia. Also, she's been a multiple-time Arnold Schwarzenegger competitor. She competed just a couple months ago at the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic, and also she did the UK show. Next up, we have one Miss Renee Bush. If I got her name wrong, I apologize. And she's doing both Open and Masters, trying to get a qualification. Next up, we also have the lovely Miss Tara Plum. And Miss Plum just competed just last weekend at the Toronto Super Show, where she was top 5 in both the Open and, actually, she just did the Open class, where, I think she was top 5, yeah, most definitely. Next up, we have one Miss Samantha Dazi. She is, this is going to be her pro debut. I believe she turned pro a couple years ago at the North Americans. Next up, we have one Miss Amanda Sink. And Miss Sink been competing for quite some time. So this will be the first show for her for the season. And next up, we have one Miss Elena Thomas. And Miss Thomas is also doing both Open and Masters. And I believe the last time I competed was 2023 at the Tampa Pro. Now, we have the list for figure. And it's a deep list. There's quite a few names on here. Some of these ladies are Olympia level competitors. And, some ladies have also been busy this season. First off, we have the lovely Miss, and also can't forget the Masters also too. And we have the lovely Miss Shanice Abrams. And Miss Abrams has been Olympian twice, 2-time Olympian. So last time she competed was at the Atlantic Coast. And she's competing in the Open class. Next up, we have a lady I got to meet while I went to Tampa last year. That is Elaine Alvarez. And Miss Alvarez is making her debut in figure. Before, she was competing in physique. And she did earn a pro card as a figure competitor, but then later on she switched to physique. Next up we have is one Miss Arya Bahar. I keep mispronouncing the name. She's from Germany, and she just competed at the Toronto Super Show where she was in the top 5. So this is going to be a second show for the season. Next up we have one Miss Dominique Berridge, and this is her first show of the season. She last competed at a couple of shows last year, most notably the Atlanta Pro. Next up we have is Chelsea Biggs, and this is going to be Miss Biggs' debut. She got a pro card last month at the Junior USAs, and that was held in my home state of my next door neighbor of South Carolina. Next up we have one Miss Christine Coleman. And Miss Coleman just made her pro debut last month at the Zohar Brotar in Southern California. So this could be a second show for the year. Next up is one Miss Spree Diaz. I'm mispronouncing her name, and she's been competing for quite some time. So this could be the second show for the season because I know she had a show last month. Next up, we have one Miss Kelly Estrada. Miss Estrada's been active. She did quite a few shows last year, and now this is the first show for her for the season. Next up, we have one Miss Erica Galisa, and this is going to be her second show. She also competed in Southern California last month. Also, another lady who competed in Southern California last month is one Mrs. Amanda Jones, and she's doing both Opens and Masters. Next up, we have one Miss Samantha Lane, who's also competing in the Open class and the Masters class. Next up, one Miss Ryan Martin, and this is going to be her pro debut. Miss Martin turned pro at the Universe. I saw she recently did an interview with man David at the Female Bodybe1 Forum. Next up, we have Amy Mock, and it's going to be the second show for Amy this year, and she also was at Southern California competition. Next up is Adela Aldrigovikova, and she's been busy. She did multiple shows. Around about April, she did both the Triple O. She did the Tampa show. She did also a show in Omaha, and then now she's doing the Toronto Super Show. And she was top 5 that show. I think she was 4th. I think she didn't like her placing too well because I think she was 3rd. I saw her first impression on her face. So this is gonna be her, I think, 6th show for this year. I know last year she did at least 13 shows, counting Olympia as 14. So she's trying to get that shot. She might get it depending on how well the other ladies come in condition for that spot for Olympic qualification. Next up, we have lovely Miss Lakeisha Rohak, and Miss Rohak got her Masters O qualification at the Triple O Dynasty. She also did a show in Georgia, so this is going to be her 3rd show for the season. She's doing both Open and Masters. Next up, we have one Miss Rachel Sedgwick, and who competed just last month at the Pittsburgh Pro. So this is going to be the 2nd show for her for this season. Next up, we have one Miss Delaney Smallwood, and this is the 1st show for her season. She's been active, been competing for quite some time. I think last time competed was at the Sasquatch last year. And last but not least, we have one Miss Kina Soto, and Miss Soto is doing the Masters class. So she's just doing the 40+ class, which gets you qualification for Masters O. And last but not least, we have one Miss Naire Wright. And Miss Wright is originally from Puerto Rico, and she last competed at the Florida Pro. So this is going to be the 1st show for the season for her too. Now the show is in Alabama, and that's like a couple of states away from where I stay in North Carolina. I believe they're depending on where some parts of Alabama is Eastern Standard Time. So you can look here, you see the QR code. So if you want to check out the live stream, watch it, support the ladies in fitness, figure, and other divisions, I would say watch it, But again, I'm not watching because, hey, it doesn't have women's bodybuilding. So, most of it don't have women's bodybuilding, but check out the show, and, I'll leave a link in the description in the video. Anyways, it's me, George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out.